Good afternoon. My name is Lizzy McGough. I'm Italian 100% and raised in Florence, Italy, which explains my accent and why I talk with my hands and why I love very, very good food. But my heart found a new second home here in Cape Cod. During a visit with my friend Nancy, I met the man that will become my husband of 30 years. And after many, many long distance flights, and when in one very wise ring, he won the argument and he moved to the United States. So, about 12 years ago, I was invited to a small home presentation by a doctor about a new scientific breakthrough. What I heard that night was so compelling that I knew I had found something real, something very important. I had that gut feeling that sometimes, you cannot ignore. And at that time, it was a hard time for me also. My mother, a professor whose life had been filled with travel, culture, freedom, lost their health to a severe autoimmune illness and dialysis. Watch her world suddenly become smaller and smaller month after month taught me a truth that I will never ever forget. Health is freedom. And meanwhile, I was struggling with a severe fall trigger allergic asthma, something that I had never experienced growing up in Europe. And my husband had stopped taking some medication for an enlarged prostate he was suffering because the side effects were terrible. He was feeling horrible. He said, I better just go on with it than try and have to put up with these side effects. So within a year, we both of us started Protandim, NRF2. It was the beginning of the company. And at that point, everything changed. In about 12 months, my allergies and asthma resolved completely, and my husband's health issue reversed as well. So that moment became, I would say, more than just a recovery. It became a calling. I just wanted to tell everybody. And the goal here tonight is to simply educate you on the possibilities and introduce you to what we can call now a mini franchise business model. It's not our goal to convince you of anything. It's simply to spark your interest, to spark your curiosity, to make you want to learn more. We want to show you the possibility of getting healthier, definitely, and also the possibility of becoming a true business owner, where eventually your money will begin working for you. So years ago, I read a very famous book from Robert Kiyosaki called The Cash Flow Quadrant. Thank you, Marci. In this book, he explains something very interesting. There are four different ways people earn a living. He placed them into, as you can see, four different quadrants. And the difference between them is not just how people make money, but how they retain and build their wealth. So it's a very, very interesting book. I highly recommend it. So on the left side, as you can see, we have first the E for employee. There is where most people are. You work for someone else and exchange your time for a paycheck. Then we have the S, self-employed. These are small business owners. Maybe you own a salon, a mechanical shop, a dry cleaner. But as a self-employed person, you wear many hats. You are the owner, the customer service department, the employee. You do it all. And often, instead of you owning the business end up owning you. This side of the quadrant is called linear income. You exchange time for money in order to get paid. And in order to get paid, you have to show up. So you give your time and the company gives you the hourly rate they think you're worth. But things can happen. The company could go out of business. You could get laid off, or you simply realize the job is no longer for you. You hate your boss. Who knows? That's why many people decide to become self-employed. But there's a question. If you walk away from your business, from a business that, just walk away for like 3 to 6 months. Will your business still run exactly the way it is now? Usually the answer is no. So even though you own the business, you're still tied to this linear income, because if you don't show up, the business stops and the overhead keeps coming. Fun fact, 95% of people work on this side of the quadrant, and yet they control only about 5% of the wealth. So let's look at the other side of the quadrant. Here we find leverage income. This is where we have the B, the big B, the business owner. This is big business model where systems are in place. There are employees, infrastructures, CEOs, other people that are helping to run the business and so forth. And then we have the E, investor, where your money begins working for you. If someone wants to move to the right side of the quadrant, this is where the leverage happens. You either leverage people or leverage a system. Here, you're no longer trading time for money. You build something that can eventually create time freedom. And this is where, other fun fact, 95% of the wealth exists, while only 5% of the population works here. So the real question becomes, which side of the quadrant would you ideally like to be on? Now, let's talk about franchises, because many people understand that concept. In a traditional franchise, you can absolutely own a business, but it usually requires a large initial investment, months of years of training, and a significant overload, the monthly overload. And very often, one franchise is never enough to create true leverage. This is why network marketing has exploded in recent decades. A mini franchise model does not require large capital. There's no inventory, no employees, no deliveries, no financial risk. The financial risk is extremely low, especially if you compare it to a traditional business. Network marketing fits right here in the B quadrant, the business owner quadrant. And that's exactly what we're going to show you tonight. In this model, you'll learn how to leverage people and system to create residual income. It's where everybody wins. Residual income, remember that. Over time, that can allow your money to begin working for you, much like an investor. Because true wealth really is not just money. Real wealth is having both time and money together. Now, there are about 1,500 network marketing companies in the world, last I heard. So the real question becomes, which one should I choose to partner with? Well, there are 6 key components that help you recognize a truly strong business opportunity. And these 6 components are exactly what separate LifeVantage from other legitimate companies in this industry. So let's look at them. I'm not going to go into the order. So let's say products. Are the products unique and consumable? And so customers can come back month after month. Are they patented? Are they the same old in a new packaging? Or are they category creating? Check. Second, the trends. Is this company aligned with what people are actually looking for today? For example, we have millennials searching for alternatives to traditional jobs, and many people, especially these days and age, including single parents that are looking for flexible opportunities. System, that's another component, very, very important. A business must have a simple system with strong training to help you get started. We do. With LifeVantage, you never are left alone to figure it out. We have even top leaders that actually travel to train teams. We have so much going on. Wonderful company. Fourth, compensation. You want to be compensated well, because this is work, it's not work. It's a lot of work involved, but it's fun work too. And it's considered one of the strongest in the industry, the compensation plan, rewarding both product sales and team growth. Timing. Timing matters in business so much. Timing is the granddaddy of all. Is there still room for growth in this company? With fewer than 100,000 active distributors worldwide, we are still there very early, enough to capture the momentum ahead. And finally, the company itself, is it stable? Is it publicly traded? Does it have experienced leadership? LifeVantage check all those boxes with over 30 years of experience, corporate leadership guiding the company. Very, very good news. So now that we know this company checks all the 6 boxes of a successful business, let's talk a little bit of how this company actually started. So I'm honored to introduce you the amazing leader who believed in me before I believed in myself. Our mentors, our upline, our dear, dear friend, Marci Nettles.
Lizzy, thank you so much and fantastic job. The information that you just got done sharing was so vitally important to me when I first learned about LifeVantage. Gosh, I had found myself on that east side of the quadrant for the first 40 years of my life. Actually, my career was in law enforcement. I absolutely loved what I did because I felt like I was showing up to help people, in the hardest times of their lives, right? I was getting paid, compensated very, very well for what I was doing. I was able to provide for my young kids. And so my world was going great, right? Well, it was until 2009 when I was in a car accident on duty that ended my career that fast. It left me with a brain injury, several herniated discs throughout my spine that required spine surgery, and I was no longer able to go and give my time for that paycheck that I was so dependent on. Everything changed for me in an instant. I was finally finding myself in a position to where I couldn't do what I knew, and I didn't know what else was out there for me. I ended up quite depressed. I went down into a spiral that found myself in a lot of prescription medication. Some had warning labels that said may cause suicidal tendencies, and I actually tried to take my life 4 different times before very dear friends of mine introduced me to this opportunity, this concept of micro franchising, meaning low input of finances to get started, being willing to work as part of a team to learn and grow, and to be able to leverage other people's experience to be able to create an income stream. And so when I saw that, I also then clicked with that cash flow quadrant that, hey, this might be something that I can do from home because I couldn't go out and work, and that I could do it with my kids, and I could do it with a group of people that were already showing me that they supported me and they believed in me, even before I believed that I could do this. Just like Lizzy was saying that of me, I have people that have done that for myself, and that's what this whole community is all about. And so when I learned about leverage, when I learned about the opportunity that we had to partner with a publicly traded company with such significant technology in their products that they were pioneering, meaning they are first to market with these products, I was like, okay, but how do I know if this is real? And Lizzy just went through the 6 things that I actually looked at to make sure that this company was something that I could validly say yes to. And I will be forever grateful, because I will tell you, first of all, I believe that this technology, these products saved my life and gave me new purpose. Not to mention, I met my husband in this business. We blended our families, we blended our passion and our purpose for this company and what it's doing for people's homes, their households, their families, and their wellness. And now we're looking for people to partner with us. So if you're taking a look at this tonight, thank you. And then go and say thank you to the person that invited you to see it, because I know that those people that invited me changed my life and gave me a gift. And so as we go through the rest of this, starting with the LifeVantage story and the company, please have an open heart and open mind, because it could possibly change your life the way that it changed mine, and it's changed thousands and thousands and thousands of other families around the world. So where did LifeVantage come from? Well, we started out as a small biotech company back in 2003. And actually, our story goes back even 40 years before that, when a researcher was in his lab and he discovered a problem inside of the human body, that we had breaking down of our cells happening at such a great rate that we were going to start getting sick so much earlier unless a solution was found. And so that became his life purpose. And he started doing research and all of the different studies to find out what he could do, what the solution would be to the problem that he had discovered. Well, he discovered this product called Protandim that we're going to be talking to you about tonight. And it has been sold since 2003 on store shelves like GNC, Rite Aid, High Health, and even some online outlets, to where people could start taking this product and start seeing a difference at a cellular level. It was so significant that our research came out saying that it worked in every person that it was studied on. And so in 2005, ABC Primetime had one of the reporters come and knock on the door where that scientist was working, wanting to disprove or do an expose on our product and the research. Well, what happened? He came in and we said, okay, let's do this. We drew his blood. And what we had told him was that, hey, our research says that this product, if you take one every day with food, it will actually work to reduce the damage inside of your cells that leads to the majority of the massive diseases that are going on in the world in about 30 days by 40% on average. And so we gave him a 30-day supply. He left and came back in 12 days. Wait, that's not 30 days. Our research said 30 days. And so we were like, all right, game, we'll play. So we took his blood again. And when the results came in, everybody's minds were blown. Because you know how I said our product reduces damage inside of the cell by 40% on average in 30 days? Well, his results came back in 12 days, having his damage reduced by 45%. They actually couldn't tell the difference between a newborn baby and this man's blood. It was absolutely crazy. And so our stock shot up and the product got sold out. And because we were a small company, we weren't able to put the product back on the shelf fast enough for people's interest to stay. And so it was right then that we had this major aha moment that we had to find a different way to be able to get this product into people's bodies by helping them understand what it was. So they decided to take the products out of retail and put it into the hands of people like me and Lizzy and many, many other people around the world that would tell the story about what this significant product could do inside of the human body, helping to extend longevity in such a way that you're not just living longer sick, you are living and thriving till the end of your days. So we switched from retail and went into the network marketing direct sales in 2009. And as I mentioned, our stock went up. We've been publicly traded since 2003. Our ticker is LFVN. We are on the NASDAQ now. So please don't just trust me. Go and check everything out that we're sharing with you tonight, because we want you to see for yourself in black and white that this is real. So as Lizzy mentioned, we have exceptional corporate leadership, 100+ years together in network marketing experience. We are in great hands. So let's talk a little bit more about what makes LifeVantage different. It really is the supplementation versus activation thought processes. So supplementing with antioxidant foods or supplements is like, trying to increase something that your body has become deficient in or has slowed down producing on its own. But when you supplement, each antioxidant molecule kills off one free radical and it's done. It goes away. The problem is that every single day inside of our human body, our human experience, we have 300 sextillion free radicals that are being produced. That's 3 with 23 zeros, right? So that's a lot of free radicals every single day. And that's just from breathing and eating, exercising. Air pollution and toxins add to that free radical load. And to kill just 1 million free radicals, you would have to eat, 400 oranges every single day. Or how about 500 cups of broccoli? Or 110 cups of blueberries? Or take 120 vitamin C tablets. It's like, I love oranges and broccoli and blueberries, but I could not even imagine trying to eat that much, not to mention what the elimination would feel like, if you know what I'm getting there. I would much rather go to the activation side of things. This is where you're turning on your body's natural response, its own capability to take care of it and provide what it needs. And that is always millions of times more efficient. So I would much rather take one pill of Protandim every single day that is turning back on my natural antioxidant enzymes that are a million times better. Like when you take a supplement that is an antioxidant, or you eat a food that is an antioxidant, one of those antioxidant molecules will take out one free radical and then they're both gone, right? But when you activate your body with Protandim to make your own antioxidant enzymes, they are able to continue to work constantly. They don't go away. And so one of those antioxidant enzymes is able to take out a million free radicals every second of every minute of every single day, giving us a much better opportunity to balance out that free radical damage that's been happening inside of our bodies. So the graph that you can see on the screen here, the red line is actually showing you the age-related increase in free radical damage that leads to the breakdown of our cells and to over 250 major health-related concerns. The blue line, this is what shows what happens when people start taking Protandim, just one a day with food that has some fat in it, right? And after starting to take that, it shows that they couldn't tell the difference in the blood of a 20-year-old and an 80-year-old that had been taking Protandim NRF2. This is huge. And the reason why we say 20 and 80 and why the slide says that is because that is what this scientific, the human study, those were the ages of the people that were in it. The youngest was 20, the oldest is 80. We have had people and still have people that are well over 80 taking Protandim and also younger than 20 years of age. And so there is no limit on the age of people that can utilize this amazing technology to be able to activate your human genome. And so it is so significant. And the studies that we have got a statement that the FDA has approved that we can say, and that is Protandim NRF2 reduces oxidative stress or that free radical damage by an average of 40% in just 30 days. There is absolutely no other product out on the market that can do that, even close, not one. And you know, this is also the only product in the world that has been proven to extend life. And how about this? It was also said by Washington State University that NRF2 activation is potentially the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. So this is huge, what we have in our hands and what we have to offer people in this opportunity. And you don't have to take my word for it or what you've seen on the screen. First of all, if you haven't seen that ABC Primetime Investigative Report that aired, please get back to the person that invited you here to this information. Ask them for the link to that. You will want to see it. And then keep it because you'll want to share it as well. But on top of that, we have got so much research on Protandim NRF2. It's probably one of the most researched and studied natural supplement in the world. Currently, we have 29 peer-reviewed and published research papers that are found on the PubMed.gov, which is the National Repository of Medicines. It's where doctors go to find research. It's where people that are in top tier areas that are looking for information go to get their information. And so being on here, first of all, it sets us apart because you can go in and you can search Protandim on PubMed.gov and you'll see those 29 studies, but then you'll also see the significant publications that have put these papers in their catalogs, like the Free Radical Biology and Medicine, or how about the Journal of Dietary Supplements, Molecular Aspects of Medicine, and my favorite is Circulation by the American Heart Association. So first of all, being a natural product, the American Heart Association has never, ever published a paper in their journal on a natural supplement other than Protandim. Not only did they do that, but they also helped to pay for the study because it was so significant. And because we have all of this research that you can go and see for yourself, we have also been able to obtain some very significant patents that protect our products, that also protect this opportunity and your business when you get started with your own consultant position with LifeVantage. So we didn't stop there, guys. This was just our launching pad, and we have moved into so many other areas of the human body that we activate. So on top of activating those antioxidant enzymes, we also activate the pathway that is in charge of your mitochondria. So we help you to turn on to make more mitochondria, as well as helping them be produced stronger, more healthy, and more energetically. And if you know what I'm talking about there, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. And then if you've been hearing all of the hub about NAD and sirtuins, what if you could increase your own NAD production by 100% in just 24 hours? You can by activating it. And then our True Science Liquid Collagen is a breakthrough product. It's award-winning to where you can actually start helping your body make more of its own collagen again. It also supplements the collagen that's inside of your body. There's 10 different types of marine collagen inside of that brown bottle, but we activate the human body to make more of its own. And remember what I said about when our body makes it, it is always millions of times better. Then we also have our GLP-1 hormone activator. Did you know that GLP-1 is not a shot? Sure, that's what they call it, right? And you can get GLP-1 shots, but you actually have a hormone inside of your body that if you are able to turn it back on, because it's been shut down because of the diet you've been on in your lifetime, because of the preservatives in the food, and just poor lifestyle choices have shut down your own production of your own GLP-1. How about we turn it back on again and you start having some help with balancing your blood sugars, with the food noise, and just overall your motivation to make better choices in your lifestyle. And then Axio is one of my favorites. I've actually got it here in my bottle right now. This helps to balance your brain chemistry in a positive way. Plus, it gives you better mental clarity and focus and all the good stuff that goes along with your brain firing properly. And now P84, which is the Phyto-1 and the Phyto-2. This is where we activate gut peptides to help you renew, restore, and just basically overall repair your gut from top to bottom, if you catch my drift. So those are the activators that we have in our catalog. And we also have an amazing continuing support product line that you also have access to as part of your micro franchise opportunity with LifeVantage. So you have the opportunity to represent every single one of these products to be able to help people be able to heal well, to be able to feel well, and to be able to look the best they've ever looked, because we actually have activated skincare, activated hair care. We've got everything that you need to help improve your immune system and response. We have eye care. We've got additional support for gut, as well as fat burn and some amazing supplements that help you get back your circadian rhythm. Not to mention, we have Protandim NRF2 that we formulated into a pet product for your four-legged family member as well. So that's the product line and the story of LifeVantage. So let's talk more about, I would say, one of the most significant things that we need to talk about here, and that's the timing of an opportunity. There's actually 4 different stages to the timing of a business, and it's really important for you to understand each and every one of them and where the business is that you are looking at. So when we're talking about the first one, the pioneering and formulation phase, so this is like the first 5-ish years. And it's in this time period that 95% of companies fail, go out of business, lose their money, kaput, gone, right? Well, we've been around since 2003, so you don't have to worry about that. And we are well past that 5-year time period. The next period of time is called critical mass. This is where you are building up your sales force, the consultants that are sharing the information. And once you have 300,000 consultants in each market, meaning like the United States is a market, Canada is a market, Mexico is a market, we've got Europe, we've got all the different places that we're open in. We've got almost, I think we're at about 25, 26 different countries that we are open in currently right now. Once you have one of those that has 300,000 in consultants, you're considered to be in critical mass. And that's when you need to put on your seatbelt, because you are going to be hitting momentum. And momentum is where 80% of the growth of the company occurs. And that 80% of the growth of the company, if you get in before that critical mass, that means that you're going to be able to participate in that 80% of growth, meaning the market share, meaning the money that's going into your bank account, but more importantly, the money that's going to be going into the bank accounts of those people that you are helping get what they want. That's what I love about network marketing, is it's not just about me. It's about the people that we can help get what they want too. So that's the third part of the phase and timing. And then of course there's the too late time zone, right? And this is where you've missed out on the momentum. There's still a small growth, is generally about 2 to 7%, but it's not enough to really put in all your efforts to be able to grow a big legacy income. And so where are we here at LifeVantage? Globally. Well, I know Lizzy said under 100,000, and she's absolutely right, because right now we only have about 70,000 consultants worldwide. And so when you're looking at the timing of this opportunity, when they anticipate us becoming $1 billion to $2 billion company, and we're only doing about 200 million a year right now, and have been very steady at that 200 million, guys, you are on the ground floor. This is your opportunity to say yes and be part of Apple before it grew into what it is today. How would that be? Would you like that? Absolutely, right? So now talking about the trends that really, you have to know that people want what you have. And what we know to be true is that there has never been a time that this has been more impactful or more appropriate, because people are looking for ways to create multiple streams of income and sustainable income streams for their families to help move their family forward. And then on top of that, are we not all becoming so much more aware of what the options are and why we need to be making better choices in our own health, being our own advocates, doing the things that are better for us than what maybe people have told us in the past? Now is the exact right time, because those are the trends that are in place, and those are the solutions that we bring to the world. So moving into the system, I knew that if there was not a system in place, I would get lost. I would get into this like little spinning hole of what do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do next? Right? Well, here we at LifeVantage, we've got an amazing system in place for you. Not only is it field-led trainings, but there's also corporate provided trainings where we get together 2 times a year in person, where we're taught by the executives at corporate, as well as the executives and the presidential consultants here from the field together. We get together in community. We build each other's belief in this company, this industry, our products, and in ourselves and in our teams, right? And then there's also 2 virtual events every single year. We're actually getting ready to be in Vegas next week. We'll be in Salt Lake City in October, and then the virtual events are in January and July every single year. We've got an amazing replicated website. Guys, it's so beautiful, and it's going to be getting better. Hint, hint, hint. Plus, we have a LifeVantage app that comes along with your consultant's business, and we have an app for our customers as well. Super easy online shopping portal, super easy checkout where you can pre-fill shopping carts for people, send them over the link, they check out, you've got a new customer or a new consultant in your business. You get to connect with a team. Yes, you are in business for yourself, but you are not by yourself. If you're coachable and if you're willing to do the things that you're asked to do, locking arms with your leadership is going to make things so much quicker for you. It's going to cut down your learning curve to where you can do things faster than any of us have ever done it if you're willing to be mentored that way. And that leads into the mentorship, because we work together, guys. There's monthly trainings where the field comes together in person in certain areas of the country, or there are virtual events every single month as well. So there is always something to help you as you build your business. So what else can we activate? Because we continue asking that question over and over again. And about 3 years ago, we invested over $6 million to be able to create the most relevant compensation plan in the industry. And I am so grateful that we did that, because the money that people are able to earn quickly is so much better than what it used to be. And then the sustainability of it long term, and being able to have it as a willable asset, because that really, when you're building a micro franchise, it's about the asset that you're building, right? It's that leveraged income, which is an asset that we want to be focused on. And so our Evolve compensation plan is where, if you love the products and you just want to share the products, then you can make money by sharing the products, right? So you can earn an income and get paid for gathering customers. And then when those customers have amazing results, or when you find people that are very entrepreneurial, they see the business opportunity from the very beginning and they want to get started as they're starting their product experience, you can get paid for building a team. And then as you start building that team, you're going to have certain people that are going to be standouts. They're going to raise their hand, they're going to do more, and they're going to be the ones that you know are going to become leaders, and you get paid for helping to develop their leadership. And then this next bonus that we get paid, I absolutely love, because this is where leverage really comes into play, because this is where you can get paid on what the company has already done from the very beginning. So we have got a profit share bonus to where you can be part of a 4% profit share bonus. It's a global revenue that they put into this pool. And once you hit the leadership ranks of executive and above, then you get to share in this percentage. This bonus is huge. But what's cool is however long it takes you to get to that executive, you immediately start getting paid this bonus on the work that we've been doing since the very beginning. So I've been part of LifeVantage since 2011. My husband was one of the original consultants in 2009, and you would be making a percentage of the work that we have been doing this whole entire time. Do you see why I love this bonus and what leverage can look like and how you can take advantage of it as well? As I said, we are publicly traded. We have an income disclosure statement, and basically what it says is the work you put in is the revenue that you'll pull out. So basically, it is very much like you reap what you sow, right? So if you're willing to do the work, put in the time, energy, the partnership, working together, then you will make what you desire to make. And these are the incomes that are currently being made at each one of our ranks on average per month. Keep in mind, per month, right? So on the left-hand side here is our ranking system from consultants all the way up to our top ranking of presidential. The third column, moving inward, take a look here. And I'd just like for you to see, where would you need to be on a monthly basis for just to make a difference, for you to be able to breathe a little bit easier, and for you to want to say, hey, you know what, in the next 4 to 6 months, I would love to be making this much money. Would $314 help you? Would that start helping maybe pay your cell phone bill? Maybe even start paying part of a car payment every single month? And then take a look down a little bit further. And where would you like to be in the next 3 to 5 years? Would, let's say, $3,400 a month, that managing consultant 2 area, $3,400 a month. How would that change the way you're looking at your finances and the things that you're freed up to be able to do? Maybe you'd be able to take that vacation that you've been wanting to take with your family, or maybe you'd be able to save up for that house down payment. How cool would that be? And then I want you to just take some permission right now. I'm not going to give it to you. You just take it, because you guys are go-getters. You are people that want to do this for you and your family. I want you to look down, and I want you to dream big, and I want you to pick out the number that you'd like to be at in the next 7 to 10 years. The time is going to pass anyway, right? So why not add in something into the nooks and crannies that being consistent can pay you over time a significant change in your income bracket? Where would you want to be in the next 7 to 10 years on that third column from the left? Now look all the way over to the right, and you can see the average amount of months that it takes a consultant to get to that rank. And just think about that. It's like, am I average? Do I want to do it faster or do I want to do it slower? It's really up to you. We want to meet you where you're at and we want to help you get what you want. So please get back to the person that invited you here tonight and let them know what your numbers are, what you would need, and if you're ready to get started. Because you can simply get started tonight. Most people choose the business pack as a consultant, and the reason why is because you get all of those activators that we talked about tonight, as well as many of the support products that we have in our catalog. You even have enough to be able to sample out to some of those people you want to give it a shot, right? You also get all of the business materials that you need to be able to build your business. You get the replicated website, you get the app, and you get 2 event tickets to those in-person events that are, like I said, we're going to be in Vegas next week. We're going to be in Salt Lake City in October. But we have 2 of those every single year, and you would get the registration for free. So those registrations generally are around $400 for the 2 events. And so you're getting that included in this for free. Plus you're getting all of these products at a 37% discount off of the retail product pricing and starting your international micro franchise for less than $1,000. And then to continue with your health journey, you'd want to check with the person that is sharing this with you and just share with them, hey, these are the things that I want to see different in my health. And they'll be able to help you identify which one of the stacks or the product packages is best for you to continue on with your usage of the products on a monthly basis. Why do subscription? The company gives you a 10% discount by being on subscription, plus packaging the products together. They also give you an additional discount on products that we know have synergy in the way that they work together to give you the best response and results. And if you're someone that just, hey, I just want to get started on the products as a customer right now, this is exactly where you would start. You would just choose which one of the product stacks that we have to be able to help you with whichever health goals you have. And as I mentioned, get with the person that invited you here and they'll be able to guide you specifically to which stack would be best for you. So let's just review really quickly here why LifeVantage and why now. We are publicly traded. We are fully transparent, debt-free company making multi-million-dollar investments into the progression of our technology. Lots of stuff to come on that coming up here this year on our product offerings, on our compensation plan. We are scientifically validated. We have patented products that are consumable and that are unique. You cannot find these products anywhere else. The growth potential is staggering. If you jump in, you do the work, you are going to be able to participate in that momentum growth, absolutely. And then the top compensation plan in the industry. And one of my favorite things, yes, we have a phenomenal culture of mentorship and collaboration, but I will tell you it goes further than that. People that become business partners, become your friends. And I will tell you that I have chosen family within LifeVantage that I see more often, talk to more often than my blood family. That's just how close we get, right? It's amazing. And then my favorite part of LifeVantage is LifeVantage Legacy. This is our 501c3 arm of this company. This is where we get together, we put our hearts all in, and we work as a team to partner with these types of companies all around the world. No matter where we go, we chip in, whether it is with food, with money donations, with building homes, with providing backpacks full of food, whatever it is, helping rebuild schools after floods. We've done so many amazing things, and I look forward to doing so many of these with each one of you moving forward as we do LifeVantage together, because LifeVantage is not just a business. LifeVantage is all about life and doing it together and helping it be better. So thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I appreciate every single one of you. Please get back with the person that invited you to this presentation. Get your questions answered. If I can help in any way, I would love to do that. And Lizzy, thank you so much. You were a phenomenal host and great job on those first couple slides. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.